What's up, y'all? Have a good weekend. I just wanted to say another absolutely surprising day. The strength in the morning convinced me that maybe the market would actually stay strong. And then reality set in. Volatility started to go up, market started to sell off. But I found it virtually impossible to stay short the Qs today because every time I put a 50-cent stop on, I would get stopped out. So the way to get around it, bought puts, left the office, came back. Hey, we win. It worked. So every time I shorted the Qs today, I would be up a dollar, and I wind up making very little. And on the last short, it was also the same exact scenario. We finally were breaking down. I gave myself a 360 stop, and I got stopped out. And I was like, all right, enough. I'm just buying the 358s, and because I thought we'd probably go to 357.50 because we're kind of glued to 357.50 on the Qs right now. Overshoot it to the downside. We've been going up and overshot it to the upside, and here we are, 357.50. It is one of the more crucial areas the market has seen in quite some time. Yes. Hello. Hey, what's up, man? I'm actually live doing a video right now, but yeah, I'll give you a ring after the close. All right, you got it, brother. That's it. Um, this whole week, my commentary was completely off. But if you listen to what I tell my people, right, commentary is just this. It's just like CNBC, right? But what's irresponsible about CNBC is that they believe their commentary, and then when their commentary is wrong, you never hear from that again. You never hear that like they've made a mistake. I can't. I don't have the luxury of doing that. If I say, hey, this market looks like it's going to stay strong today, and then it starts to sell off, we immediately say, well, I guess not. So, and that's it. And that's why this QQQ short is so damn annoying today because I got short at 361.56 and I wound up getting stopped out at 361.38. And I was up about a dollar on the trade and I wound up making 14 cents. And then it starts to roll over again. And I hesitated, right? And then I finally shorted at 360 and a half. And we're at the 359 and change. And I put a stop at 360 and I got stopped out basically 360.27. And I was like, God damn it. And then we started rolling over again. So I was like, you know what? The only way I'm staying in this trade is if I just assume it's all or nothing. So bought the $58 puts and just sold them. Made something. But you know how we haven't spoke to in a while is the short guy. Remember, I was the guru that told you that the market would have a hard time this year, going to all-time highs. And then I was also the guy that said if we do break 285 on the Qs, we probably go to 303. And if 303 breaks,
Hey, what's wrong with my voice? If 303 breaks, we go up higher. You guys hear that? My voice sounds very funny right now. What's going on? Why am I talking like this? 357.50? Hello? 357.50? What the fuck is going on? I think I did a fucking whip it. Oh, great. Hello?
hello. Ah, there you go. So this week, and if you guys are not joining me tomorrow, please do so. I'm doing a free 2-hour class to talk about what we learned this week because every week, every day is another learning experience. And the learning experience this year is, and let's talk to Jimmy again. Jimmy resurfaced after 5 years. He's still pissed off about that one trade. Jimmy, if you're still thinking about a trade that happened 5 years ago, obviously you're not a real trader or a swing trader. I don't even know what you are, but you're what's wrong with society. We already went through this. Anybody that's harping on something that happened 5 years ago, I would have rectified the trade. And by the way, Jimmy, I told you to sell after. Anyway, the point of Jimmy and the point of the market is that what I teach mostly is that what you think may happen is insignificant because you're not going to do much of what you think. It feels good when you come in. Yesterday, I thought would be an up day, and it was an up day, but it took some chop at the beginning of the day to finally confirm that. Didn't know. But today, when that strength beget more strength and more strength, and then I was like, hey, maybe this market's not going to sell off. And as soon as I said that, it started to sell off. I mean, that's why I love recording all this stuff. As soon as I said, hey, this market looks like it might not sell off today. Oh, now it's selling off. It was maybe 2 seconds after I said it. And that pretty much exemplifies with how I trade now. I have no ego. I'm a I'm just a product of the environment. And I certainly don't have a portfolio. And now it'll be 5 months. Is it 5 months already? No, 5. Yeah. How long have we owned Rig? One more time it tried to break 875. So we bought it, coming out of the 6 and change, bought more 750, bought more 8. And then the CNBC and the Josh Brown crew started saying this might be their favorite idea. Their favorite idea. And that was on, what day was that now? July 18th. July 18th, August 18th, September 18th. It'll be 3 months since that epic topping out. But if you're a trader, you've bought the dip, sold the rip, bought the dip. It's pretty good. I am freaking exhausted. I just want to say I'll be back tomorrow. If you guys don't know, I'm running a class. We're going to go over all this stuff. I'm going to show you where to buy, where to sell, how to decide where to buy, where to sell, how to decide where your stops are, where to buy, where to sell. And that's pretty much all that trading consists of. How to decide what stock to trade, where to buy it, where to put your stop, and where you think it's going. And it's all just based on price and not really caring. Not caring about the trade is the attitude you need to make money. If you don't care, trade works. You're sitting there riveted, holding on with every tick, afraid for your life, you'll never make money ever. Ever. You want to buy them? These are Reebok. I sell my socks online to strange old men. But I got to tell you something. The market is the freaking, like, for instance, this day, the the lay person will say, oh, another down day in the market. The trader will say, this is the greatest day of my life. And that's the difference. We found 18, 19 opportunities today, and the day turned out to be pretty damn good. It started out choppy and annoying. I got stopped out. I chose VRAR for a bounce. It went up a whopping 8 cents. And I watched yeah, Selena, we're trading that too today. I watched, I mean, sometimes my brain can't get the thoughts out. Let me just sum it up. If I had people working for me today and you did what I was telling you to do, we would have all had an amazing day. Nike short, Nike short, Nike short, Nike short, and Nike short with Nike puts. And then CCL long, CCL short, then CCL long anyway, and then CCL short all in one day on a $15 stock. There were 4 decent setups to get long and 2 to get short. You would have killed it. We had VFS long again, IMVT short, Salino and Barnes long, and we had Femi. Yeah, Femi. Are you kidding me, people? Remember Femi at $1.18? I didn't want to buy it there because I was like, what the hell is this piece of shit? And we wound up buying it at $1.30 and it went to $1.50. Yeah, look where it is now. 362. Bought it at 2, sold it at 220. It went to 250. I started crying. And I said, if it breaks 250, it probably goes to 3. Did I buy it? No. But somebody else did. And that's what I'm here for. I give ideas, risk reward. You want to buy it at 250 using 230 as your route. You're risking 20 cents. Maybe this thing goes to 5. CCL, that was disappointing. I actually thought that would catch a bid again because of the market. But right now, Qs, man, they're glued to this 357.50 area. And it's crazy, really, how if you just let your brain go, let it go, right? Let it go. Get rid of all thoughts. Be the machine. And the machine only trades price and VWAP, right? So if you know the process, right? The process is if the market is gapped up, and again, the market to me is the QQQ, you're looking for a reason to short it. You're not buying. I don't care. If it gaps up, we don't do the gap and go. We'll do a dip and a rip. We never got the dip. And then the dip turned into a sell-off. But then once it establishes itself as a true reason to short, and you were waiting for a real reason to short them. And you finally got that reason. And it took all the way till about 11:30. We finally went under the VWAP and finally broke the bottom of the range. And it finally didn't retrace back. And that was it. At 11:33. Took 2 hours for the market to make its mind up for real. And it's down because the trend is down right now. And let me tell you, corrections become panics. What you think is, it's just a correction, standard variety, whatever they say, garden variety, whatever they say. I don't know what they say. What do they say? I don't know what they say. But it's always, it's a mild pullback. Oh, all right, this is just a standard correction. And then the standard correction becomes, this is getting a little worse. And then you get, nothing to be worried about yet. And then there's a lot to be worried about as soon as you start saying there's nothing to be worried about. I still think we're going a lot lower. But what was awesome today, right? Here's the thing. What's awesome about today's action is today's highs will be your new trigger to buy the QQQ. Bam. That's it. Today's highs. If we break today's highs, you must buy the Qs. If at least cover shorts if you are. So I think we got the 362.95. So now I have an alert at 362.95 to do something up there. And I definitely will. But here's the thing about the market. We could legitimately crash going into the close today because UVXY never goes up on a Friday. Guess what UVXY is doing right now? It is a 1-minute multi-day VWAP reversal into the green on a Friday. So when you see that, something that never happens, what do you mean it never happens? It just happened. I know, that's the point. It never happens. So when you see UVXY going green on a Friday, that means they, not the Kenny or the Warlock or your friend or your uncle, they that control the market are buying a shit ton of S&P puts right now and a lot of protection on the market going into a weekend. That's called fear. And if there's fear out there on a Friday, it usually gets ugly. I mean, we're already ugly. We've given back the gap. We're off 6 off the highs. It could get nasty into the close. If everybody just walks away, we could get a nice, 3 or 4 point spike right back down to that 355. 355 doesn't hold. We're flirting with, it could get seriously some some serious shit can happen into the close here. UVXY trending into the green on a Friday is the worst thing you could possibly see if you're a bull. But if you're like me, yeah, this is the best day ever because we're liquid and we don't care and we don't have portfolios and we don't care about stocks. Oh, and let me just mention one more time. Let's give it up for VRAR. If it looks like a pump and dump and it smells like a pump and dump, it's generally a pump and dump. You know what? You can call 70% of stocks pump and dumps, and you'll probably be right because most stocks are awful. And if you build a portfolio, I'll bet you 20 bucks right now you're not going to beat the S&P, let alone the Qs. You're not going to beat either one. So why bother? If you're really a glutton, you want to be a portfolio holder, you want to own stocks to be a part of something, you want to know the story, why the Qs? When they dip down to 313 sometime in the middle of October and the whole world's coming to an end, you don't need to build a portfolio. You have one built right there for you. Q, Q, Q. So if Q 313, buy yourself 100 shares. Put in 31 grand. There you go. Instant portfolio. But damn, it's just nasty. But you know what? Even though it's a nasty kind of day, giving up the gap and selling off and all this, MU, phenomenal follow through from yesterday. Uh, you know, the chip stocks had some great follow through this morning. We just had to work. We just had to sell today. Carvana had a nice move. But I'm a little frightened. But now that I'm frightened, we'll probably rip into the close because I've been my thought of what's gonna happen has been wrong. I think every day. But if the cues, so I think we're gonna sell off. So here's how I do it. I'm not in anything right now. If the Qs get to 348.43, 348.43, about at 90 cents from where we are right now, and they break over 358.43, I'll probably be buying the Qs. But if the Qs, let's say they rally a dollar, you know what? Even at 358.75, let's say they do rally a buck and they find resistance up there and they start to roll, then we load up on the 357. Right now, I'm pretty checked out. My brain is fried. I need to go to sleep. So I might do one more trade. The 357s, they're obviously way too expensive to buy them now as a lotto play. But if we rally, then you can get them cheap. What crud? Got legs. That was on the opposite side. Talk about what you talking about, Willis? All right, I'm gonna go nap. I'll see you at 3:15. If you're not familiar with what I've been saying, if you're not a member of the room, if you are a member of the room, the last couple of days for our guest password, we've been letting everybody in, and my plan has worked again. I would say 90% of people that have taken the trial over the last couple of weeks are now full-fledged cult members with a minimum of a 6-month or a yearly subscription. I just want to thank you guys. Thank you for helping me do it the right way. This is the way it should be done. Anybody that thinks they know what they're talking about should be more than happy to allow people to experience what they do over an extended period of time to prove themselves worthy. I still think I'm the only one that does it in the industry. And that's why this industry is full of shit. And it is one of my favorite trades. Um, and by the way, look how the market's rallying as soon as I said it could get ugly. I love you. But I actually am happy the market's going up because I want it to pop and then roll over. The trading industry is the original OnlyFans. Yeah. Oh, the poison ivy. Oh my god. Yeah. I still have remnants of that shit. Oh, that was fucked up. Yeah, I was bugging out. I had to go through 2 rounds of steroids. Anyway, but that's what brought me to the gold trade, right? I freaking love the fact that the market's rallying as soon as I said it could get ugly. It's fucking awesome. it's, it's amazing. But this is what I wanted. Shh, shh, shh. Keep going. If it gets to 358.50, we'll be able to buy those cheap puts later. Shh. But the next time you want to make a good call, go see what people are saying about it. If you have a majority of people not on the same side as you, do it. You don't want people on your trade. Just like I don't want CNBC talking about rig. What they do? What they do to my rig? Hey, rig was about to rip to $10 until they started saying they liked it, and now they put a cap on it. I still like it, but it's been 3 months now. What a waste of time and money, right? But when the internet was screaming gold, 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 you got to buy gold. As the market was taking off, I was like, nobody's going to give a shit about gold if the market's staying this strong. And even if they do care, have you noticed every time gold tries to break out, it doesn't? So you had this imminent breakout, everyone's screaming buy gold, and then the next day you had a blow off top. I was like, nope, everybody just got suckered again. And the next day, after all that gold hoopla, it was time to short gold. And here we are. And I'm not joking about, again, the inverted Shawshank Redemption obtuse triangle pattern. You're now below the inverse Shawshank Redemption isosceles triangle pattern. Any pattern recognition trader would see that. Now that you're below it, you actually have to stay short gold until it breaks back into the triangle. I know that's you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but there is it's a wedge and trend lines where they meet the VWAP, and it looks like a big ass triangle. And if you don't get the joke, uh, Tim Robbins calls the my friend Andy. Andy calls the warden obtuse, which is also a triangle. Yep, exactly. Well, that's the thing about reporting. Remember, they're not. I mean, they want to think they. There's a lot of opinions and conspiracy theories about it all, whether they're reporting what they really think or what they're being told to think. They're probably doing something else with their own money. They don't disclose everything. But generally, the reason the Barron's and the CNBC indicator work so well is that they're just reporters. They're not in the thick of it. They're reporting what they see after the fact and then trying to come up with a story around that. So, sure, 20% off lows. Now it's a bull market. But once the media starts talking about how it's a bull market, it's generally been a bull market. And it was for about a year. And that it was a year worth of bullishness. Then they called it a bull market. And you had 2 more weeks of upside. And now we're in this. And it really does. The patterns, all the pattern recognition, knowing the patterns, recognize the patterns, but recognizing the patterns also meets with the media. And once you start, you know the patterns, you know the VWAP, you know price. You'll never unknow that. Then you start to say, oh, okay, CNBC said that, and the pattern's saying that. That's a good moment right there. By the way, you see what the Qs did? They tried to rally and it failed. It's another failed attempt to rally. See how every attempt to rally is met with an equal or greater move to the downside, otherwise known as a downtrend, otherwise known as selling into the rally, otherwise known as selling the rip. The dips are being bought, but the rips are being sold slightly more, which is a downtrend. So it's a slightly sideways downward slope that we're on right now. And usually that gets worse because inevitably, every time the rally fails, more people say, all right, fuck this. Next time it breaks here, I'm dumping more. And then the algorithms kick in, like we're seeing right now. Right now, the algorithms kick in. They see price, if then, 357.50. That breaks. Next thing you know, you're searching for lows of the day. Lows of the day get broke. The algorithms kick in. The new people start selling. Next thing you know, you're at lows of the day, and you were just rallying, right? So, and also the speed of the sell-off just now, right? So if it takes 8 or 9 minutes to grind up and then gives it back in a minute, we're in a bear market, right? The bull markets, right? It seems like the market just grinds down, grinds down, grinds down. It makes it all back in 2 minutes. Bear market, bear market, what we're in right now, like it or not, bear markets, it takes a long time to get something going to the upside and quickly gives it back. This is the Jerry Orbach market. Every time anything does anything, it gives it all back. And that's bearish. And whether or not we're in a bull market or bear market, I still think we're in a bear market because I'm bearish all the time. It's always a bear market to me. Just an illusion. Market going up's an illusion. All right. 230. What are we going to gamble on? I was trying to buy 357 puts for 20 cents. That ain't going to happen. That's why I need the market to rally and roll. 357 is a 60. But this whole day started out with the 361s brought to you by Tom from South Carolina. Tom, the first one to say, I'm buying 361s at $1. And you know what I said? That's kind of expensive. And he said, well, if you think the Qs are going to 357.50 today, if I buy the 361s at $1, won't I make $2? And I said, yeah, that's if the Qs go to 357. And he took the bet and he won. In at $1. I mean, he sold some at $1.50 and 253, 350. Way to go, Tom. You outsmarted me. That's what's funny about my room. I give the trade that works and I'm not even in it. Some people criticize me for that. Oh, how can we trust you? You're not even in the trade. You don't want me in the trade. You just want me to give unbiased, play by play ideas with stops and targets. That's what you want me to do. That's my job. You don't want me trading. Who cares? Who cares about me? Nobody cares what I'm doing with my money. I'm naked $690. I'm naked 690 QQQ calls right now. So if the Qs sit around here at 357.50 for the next how many days out do I go? If the Qs do nothing for the next 476 days, I'll be great. How about that? If the Qs just sit here for the next 476 days, I'll make myself $142,952. I'll be okay. And that's if they just don't do anything because I'm naked calls. By the way, we're hitting lows now. Market doesn't even have to crash. So if the Qs just sit here at 357.12 for the next 476 days, I'll make roughly 100 grand. Cool, right? So I don't have to trade because I know I'm gonna make that money in the next 476 days, and there's my paydays. What is it about? $142,952.79. Hey, where's my guy that's staying short? Right? New lows, Qs. Amazing, right? Looked like they were about to break out 2 seconds ago. Matrix tried to make me seem foolish. And that's why I'm not watching. Because every time I put stops on, the Qs would go up. So make your bet and live with it. You just hit 357. And now we'll bounce, stop people out 50 cents higher, and then we'll roll and drop another dollar. And then by the end of the day, we might be at 355. But this market is super, super bearish. And what's more bearish about it is that it really gave you two good bullish signs Wednesday afternoon and yesterday and this morning. And it's giving it Jerry. Not good. And I say not good for the bulls. Not that I give a fuck about you people. Who are you calling you people? You people with portfolios. I really don't give a shit about you. I hope you all perish. Stock ownership is for losers. King of the Bull, King of the Bears have spoken. I don't care about whether the stock market goes up or down. I just want it to go up and down a lot. So if it crashes 20% from here, good. And then if it rallies 40% off those lows again, even better. It is really kind of easier making money as a trader on the way up. But if you know how to short, a lot of times it's a lot faster on the way down. All right, I'm nodding off. Good luck. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 12. KennyGlick at AOL.com. It's free. Just make up a funny username, put your email in, put your phone number, and then donate blood. Send me the receipt. And I'll see you at 12 o'clock tomorrow. On a Saturday? Yeah. That's how much I love doing this. I get together on Saturdays once in a while to make sure people know what the hell we're doing here. All right. Just send an email. I'll get back to you. Peace, brothers and sisters. And if you are still short gold, we're done with 90% of it. The gold short was mostly completed yesterday. We're under the isosceles triangle, right? Well, it's actually an obtuse triangle, but we're under the triangle. If you have any GLD left short or gold short, stay short until you break back above. Well, I'll show you tomorrow. Have a nice day. Oh, I love short and gold this year. Woo!